off on Mirage with Cloud9 on the terrorist side and NaVi on the CT side. Let's get this show on the road.
Straight into the action, and Cloud9 on the T side, so they'll get to set the pace here. And I do want to see them just go crashing into the NaVi defense and show no respect. Take the fight to him, don't hesitate. And already straight into underpass. Stewie just charging through, not hesitating, hoping to find somebody to fight and connect her very quickly here.
Yeah, but there's a push towards A long as well. The ramp has actually been pushed already by NaVi. They know so much. Simple is camped out there, so as long as they can stay alive in middle, which they can't, Edward, what a big overreach. Just let Simple do his work while that rest of the map is being fought for. Good return from Flame. He leaves it in a 4-on-4, and Guardian coming with a headshot. Sees to chime in, shutting down nothing. And now it's Skadoodle and Automatic 2 versus 4, and trying to make that. No! Skadoodle falls to his death. 1 versus 4. Not the start you're hoping for in this situation. An Automatic fighting, he can't make it out. Simple will take him down. What did we just witness, Samla?
Caught in the triangle of doom there at the end for Automatic. Just no safe way to go. But what we just witnessed, Anders, is yes, a strong start with the opening kill for Cloud9, but then perhaps the nerves, perhaps trying to take the fight, close the distance a bit too quickly there, leaving themselves exposed to people hiding around corners like Seized. Seized did so much damage in that pistol round, turning it around for NaVi.
No, you're definitely right.
Oh boy, oh boy. 3 in window already, and a lot of damage taken by Stewie to start.
I'm surprised he didn't go down immediately. That's a firing squad waiting. Stewie instead gonna return on Simple. Deep breath here for NaVi. Don't give up this round. Don't give up the lead. Automatic close with the C said. We'll be picking off Seized. Skadoodle caught in a bit of a weird angle. It looks like Flamey and Edward are starting to bring it back indeed. With a headshot and a triple kill from Edward. It's all gonna be fine in the end. A 2-0 lead, and bit of an exhale there from the NaVi fans. Like they thought that could, or the Cloud9 fans maybe thinking that could happen.
Yeah, exactly. You think about it, I mean, that's how close it is, and that's how explosive Cloud9 can be, right? You know, they're just gonna, if you give them anything to work with, they will find the headshots. And so right now, it is gonna be that hard eco coming through from Cloud9. Glocks, nothing. They're just looking to try and get a bomb plant in this situation, trying to save as much money so that in the 4th round, they have a decent chance at actually getting the nades that they will need for an execute. Skadoodle has prioritized the AWP as well, so we will have that sniper battle.
And that in itself will be one of the key features here. Skadoodle's had some just lightning games so far in this tournament. I can't even believe that he's been playing so well. So we'll see if it's going to be something similar here. He's going to have to, because Guardian on the other side has been a real nightmare. But in a round like this, there isn't much to be accomplished. If you get a kill, if you get a bomb plant especially, then you're just celebrating. But it's hard to break through on a map like Mirage. There are a lot of choke points and a lot of places where the grenades are going to do a lot of damage.
A little bit of misdirection. The thing is that NaVi should be perfectly aware of the economic situation here for Cloud9. A little bit of a shot over towards B. That's just to draw the attention over here and perhaps force the rotation back over towards A from NaVi. But C is nice and patient. Goes for the peek, lines them up, picks up 1, 2, 3, and he's looking for another. Not going to happen though. Edward robs him, and Edward collects the remaining 2 frags. So solid defense there on the B site. We did lose one of the players for NaVi, so that goes a little bit against the grain here, but it's not the end of the world. And now we get to go into the buy round here for Cloud9 and see what they really have in store for us.
It will be Skadoodle with that AWP. No head armor, which is a really big deal when you're playing on the T side. Those M4s normally are not a one-shot headshot if you have the head armor, but without it, he can get shut down real quick. So somehow when you're playing Counter-Strike, it has a way of working out that way, that the one round you don't buy it is when you need it. They do have a defuse kit, actually 2 of them on NaVi's side, so in that sense they're fairly well prepared for what's to come. Aggressive setup in the middle, and it will be Guardian open up and taking down Stewie. And now they should fall back, and that's what they're doing. This is smart play from NaVi.
That's what I expect to see from NaVi. Seized has had quite a bit of time to work with Andy, their coach, to start figuring out how to get more discipline in the roster, not overextending, not taking so many fights that come back to cost them. When you get the lead in the round like this, it's about finding that first pick and then backing off, not allowing Cloud9 to trade the kill.
We'll see what the Americans can do. Shroud was waiting for a long time up in the A apartments to try and make sure that there was no one pushing now. starting to come back towards the rest of the team. He doesn't have any grenades, so he can't even sell a fake to draw someone off the B bomb side, which means they need one hell of an entry frag on Seized if they want to make this one work. It's possible, and Seized in the position where he could very easily get flashed, so we'll see how this works out. Actually, positionally, Cloud9 could make this round work.
They just don't have a whole lot of information to go off of here, Navi. Look at this passive play coming in from Edward as well, holding outside of the window, just in case a boost happened into the mid window for Cloud9. But this is looking like a retake sort of scenario here on the B site for Navi, unless Seized, if Seized can pick up one kill, that would be tremendous here for Navi.
He doesn't even have a Molotov to start the plant, so strangely, this might actually work out for the American side. 16 seconds left now. They are down. Seized has definitely heard the drop, and he's turning around with the M4, looking for the kill on Shroud. He's going to miss the chance. Oh no, Navi. A big miscalculation could cost them a lot here in the early stage of this half. 4-on-4 now.
They have one kit picked up here on Flamey. Where he dies is going to be so important for this retake. But a 4-on-4 situation after plant positions now for Cloud9. This is going to be so difficult now for NaVi to actually get back into this bomb site. You can see Guardian looking towards the likely angles, but they're not going to have anything to do with it. NaVi deciding it's too hot to handle. They're going to back off and save their guns. And that, what a round from Cloud9.
This round will absolutely be talked about on the analyst desk. I can already guarantee you. That's a very rare occurrence. NaVi obviously felt like they had a very good read, right? They stacked 3 men on the A-bomb side, and as you were pointing out, Edward holding the window. So everything was on Seized, and they were so far away they couldn't really do anything by the time they got there. This is the first kill that Guardian gets. That's very rare that we get to see a round like that. 3-1, and moving into the 5th round though. Because they saved, nearly everything, they're going to be fine in this round.
Yeah, they should be fine in this round, and they should be fine in the next as well, because NaVi, they still have a little bit of bank to work with. So if things go south, they can still get a half buy going. I like to see the fact that NaVi are not trying to throw away the guns. They're willing to play a bit more of the economy game.
It's sort of countering what we saw yesterday in the quarterfinals. There were a lot of 4-sub on all sides. Just didn't even matter if you were playing T or CT side. Guardian with a really aggressive line. I like this because now actually they could just have one on B. They could rotate Seized off if they wanted to, at least closer towards middle, but the flash is in, and if that had been a peek, Guardian would have probably been dead.
100%. Guardian just wiped the sweat off his brow like, okay, a little bit of a lucky break there that they didn't actually peek behind the flash. The deep smoke into B apartments is actually going to buy a little bit more time here for NaVi. Minute left on this clock though, so plenty of time for Cloud9 to continue to develop their mid control and start pressuring exactly the extremities of the NaVi defense here.
Spray coming through. Stewie very low on health. Flash banged in and still goes down. He had everything going for him there, Simple. Just not enough to actually get the kill. 14 health away is Stewie. 40 seconds left. Cloud9 are playing these rounds so slowly. We'll see if that backfires. Something that NaVi definitely know very well and also know how to counter. Edward's going to get dropped as well. Nothing going for the long-range spray and taking down Flamey. Seized and Guardian. I mean, if they were saving last round, they're definitely saving this round.
They don't want to have anything to do with this. Doubt that Seized is going to move at all, because that opens them up to getting shot from jungle, but individual plays making the difference here for Cloud9. That was a huge play from nothing, walking up connector like that, getting both kills. I mean, you got to understand that, well, I mean, it's going to be Simple, right? You're going to see flashy plays like this when you've got Stewie and you've got Simple on the same server. Both like to go through smokes, both like to throw flashes through smokes, and both try to be playmakers. It's just that this time around, it didn't work out for Simple, who tried to make the difference here for NaVi.
And I mean, it wasn't even like, it wasn't such a crazy setup. He was, he had the flashbang and everything. You'd think he had a pretty good chance of doing that. Guardian fighting to keep the AWP alive. And he's got some backup, knows no one's coming from window either. So the rifles will be saved. The scoreline will be 2-1. Oh, sorry, 2-3, still favoring the NaVi team. This kind of an opening is so powerful. It's not so easy continuing the spray there. It looked like Flamey would have had the opportunity. Currently, top of the scoreboard is Edward with 5 kills, but it's very early days. And NaVi double up now.
Yeah, time to change it up. Surprising to see that it's not Seized going for that second AWP, that it's Simple who's going to try and use that. We've seen more of the AWP from Seized throughout this tournament. Train comes to mind. Because holding on B, you can just hold back plateau, back by the vans with the AWP or by the bench, right? But instead it's going to be Guardian pushing all the way up to top mid. One thing here, though, is that automatic, he's wise. He's not showing himself just yet. He's going for the shoulder peeks when he does, trying to bait a shot out, and we'll say there he is. He's been spotted, but he saw Guardian as well. Now Guardian is in a bit of a tight spot. He's really going to be counting on his teammates watching underpass for him to make sure that he does not get flanked.
Yeah, that's a big thing right now in Automatic. He put up that smoke himself, and now he's trying to use it as a one-way. And I think he's jumping in that door frame, so his jump actually gets capped. It doesn't go all the way. Leg shot comes in. Tells you something about the speed on Guardian. One of the things that Cloud9 have to negotiate in this first half is how to deal with Guardian. How do you smoke him off? How do you flash him? How do you just make sure you push where he isn't holding? Because he seems to be in the right mood at the moment.
This is as much a game of will as skill at this point. Neither team wants to be the first to make a misstep and give their opponents the first kill in this round. And now we're starting to run a little bit out of time here, Anders. It's getting down to 30 seconds. Two players holding solid on the B site. Edward not too far away to rotate either, and Guardian misses a shot where nothing just walked right into his crosshair. What is this? Trade there from C's, but now Cloud9 know where he is. The rotation is coming through for NaVi, however, and they are running out of time here, Cloud9. Doesn't seem to matter, though, when they're going to hit the shots.
What a strange round. Simple going to be going down. Automatic finding his second kill, and Flamey never stood a chance of actually making that rotation. Actually, quite a while ago, I spoke to Freiburg about this, and they have a term for it in NIP. That's, you know, what they call it, sort of a cold spot or a cold position. And it happens when you're just staring for a long time, right? Especially when you're zoomed in with the AWP. It's like your mind sort of goes on sleep mode for a little bit because you're just watching and nothing's happening, so that when finally it does, your brain is like an extra 3 milliseconds picking it up, and that's enough, you know. Definitely a big misstep. He had plenty of time to get the shot, and I was just saying that he was looking so good, so maybe I cursed him. Ultimately, apart from the fact that Automatic ended up coming in from catwalk, the real play there for Cloud9 was actually just having Automatic holding the middle for rotations, assuming that the main Cloud9 push could work. Now, it never got to that because they sort of got bogged down here trying to see Automatic gets the kill on Seized. He had to come in to help out with Seized, but otherwise, just having one player in mid, whether you're attacking A or B, is so powerful on the T side. It's worth looking for if you're looking at the minimap later.
Exactly. You want to watch for the orange in the middle of the map, towards connector, towards short. That's what we're talking about, and that's why both of these teams are constantly challenging each other in mid. When you have the mid control on the T side, or when Stewie hits shots through the smoke, Guardian already out of the fight. But when you have control of mid, that allows you to start pinching onto the B side, onto the A side. It makes your job easier when you're setting up the offense. Stewie just reigning supreme right now. 3 kills for him, and he hasn't even taken a single point of damage.
Looks like he's running and gunning right now. Gonna get spotted as well in the kitchen. But it will be simple to go down. Leaving Seized 1 versus 5. A couple of kills here would be nice with the C-Set, but can't be too hopeful. That's Cloud9 taking the round lead here. Winning 4 rounds in a row after picking up the rifles. That's really good news.
And establishing a terrific economy in the process. They're keeping a lot of players alive each of these rounds as well, Anderson. So, I mean, you've got 2 guys. They're already up to nearly 9,000 in the bank. There's very little pressure economically on Cloud9 at this point. They need to stop actually just throwing away guns here, though. But, I mean, they can still buy. So it's worth trying to get this AK off of Seized. Skadoodle will eventually find the shot. Sure enough, there it is. No party favors for Seized. He goes home empty-handed. And, well, I mean, Cloud9, yeah, they have everything going for them now here at the beginning of this first half.
Yeah. Don't fight Stewie near the smokes. Just isn't worth it, is it?
I love how players try to flash through the smoke to him to get him as well. It's just like, no, Stewie knows all the tricks. It's like trying to fight Master Yoda with the Force. It's just not going to happen, man.
We do have a pause coming in here from NaVi, just I think trying to take a bit of a deep breath. I mean, they have 4 per map, so they might as well use some of them early on. And they want to change this around. I think NaVi are looking for a good lockdown. This is with a different roster, but I mean, back when they had Zeus on the lineup still, NaVi at one point were definitely the best team in the world at playing Mirage. I would say that's some time past now, but it means that some of their players certainly are very drilled in where they need to hold and how they need to play their positions.
Right. And
that doesn't necessarily leave you now. The question is, can they make it work against Cloud9? He will certainly seem very well prepared at the moment.
A lot of this, back in that period, teams weren't quite as polished at dealing with AWPs. I think that's the big shift that has happened on Mirage, where the operas are finding it more and more difficult to not get naded when they try to take peeks and not get smoked off when they try to take peeks. So we've seen a lot more play from the AWPs on the extremities of the map. It's up to Guardian, it's up to Simple on the CT side to figure out how to get there to find that pick on Cloud9 and slow them down.
Oh, Seized is waiting in the corner. Stewie already made it down and trying to go for the fight, taking down Edward. Now Seized being put into play, but it isn't enough. He can't help out Edward in the first place, and after that, all he can get is maybe one kill, and he's going to get run over. And again, NaVi on the back foot with 2 AWPs trying to make a run for it, and looking to get caught almost. Stewie with the long grenade. Is it going to catch him? Not quite. That was maybe close.
Oh, for a second, I thought he was going to re-peek into that one. Nice dodge, though. Automatic has been spotted. However, they saw him on ticket. Both and Guardian will find the shot on nothing. So 2-on-2. Not too much. I mean, they're just going to keep trying to hunt these AWPs. But Shroud at this point, I think he needs to realize, right, just stop bleeding money. We don't need to completely rebuy for the next round here. And so the bomb is about to go boom. And we'll be getting into it. Cloud9 up 5-3. T-side Mirage in the first half here.
Think about what a big change this is from how the meta on Mirage normally works out. There are whole Mirage games where all the B players do is try and retake A after the A defense has fallen, and then you save if you can't, and sometimes you get a couple of kills, otherwise you're really low on the scoreboard because you never get any action. Cloud9 have just realized, listen, NaVi don't know how to hold this B bomb site, so we're just going to keep hammering it until they figure it out, or if they don't, we'll sweep this whole first half. They do switch it up here, and that's such an annoyance for NaVi. Allocated 2 people over there. It's lucky that they haven't put more pressure on B or more force on B NaVi, that they still got a pretty good defense on A.
I'm curious to see if Automatic is going to make any noise in the B apartments. That would be interesting. A couple of steps, perhaps. Just some audio information there to try and misguide NaVi, get their attention a little bit too focused on that B site, but it doesn't look like that's going to be the case. It looks like a straight A execute here. All the smokes and Molotovs sailing in. Simple trying to hold an aggressive angle here behind Firebox. He's not going to get the pick. Nothing with an excellent headshot. NaVi right now, they are not only making interesting calls, but they're just not able to hit any shots.
Seized at least got one, but there's a lot riding on this. The A bomb side is easier to retake in some sense than B. Nothing caught out in the open, going to be going down. Seized will drop next. Stewie still alive. And with that bomb down, Guardian is going to have to hit a really good smoke for any sort of a defuse to happen. Otherwise, it's just too difficult. They've got a bit of an angle here, maybe. Flamey going for one, but it will be closed out by Shroud and Stewie. And that's now an increasingly worrying sign for NaVi. 6-3. And they're having a really hard time defending this bomb site.
This is where I would counsel NaVi to actually go for the half buy. And it looks like that's what's going to happen here because their money is just a little bit too awkward. Flamey had a good bit in the bank, but the rest of them were kind of floating around that 3,000, 3.5,000 mark, and that's not where you want to be going for the full buy or the force here against Cloud9. Let Cloud9 have another round and be able to get the double AWP again if you want it for the next round, or at least Guardian will have his op for the next round. Simple goes for the peek, gonna get chased off. And I'm a bit surprised right now not to really see, well, I mean, I think Simple is trying to force it. He's getting to that point now where he's trying to force the plays, trying to force the shots, and it's just not working for him right now. We saw what happened when he tried to get the peek on nothing last round. That was brutal.
It's true, but in some sense, I actually want Simple to force it even more. I think Simple is in the same category of Opera as someone like Fallen, Get him into action, and it's quite clear that isn't his role right now, because he was far back on the bomb side, right? If this was Fallen, he'd be at the A ramp trying to find people, or down in mid-connector or something. This is always my opinion, but unleash Simple. That's the way to play with this man. He's one of the best players in the world when you do it. Seized will get one kill before he's traded. That's not at all bad considering what he had in his hands there. Now it's the Deagle for Simple. He's a couple of bullets away from death, and he's going to get a leg shot in. Not enough to do anything in the round here. There will be nothing to clean up. A couple of more kills. Again, the veteran player up at 8, just 2 behind Stewie. I don't know. I'm starstruck by how good this is for nothing this tournament.
Yeah, he has had a standout performance, and we saw it as well at the major qualifier last week where it was nothing. Shroud, Skadoodle as well. It feels like Cloud9 are finally coming into their own as a unit. And that's a joy to see because you need the firepower. You need nothing to be feeling comfortable, feeling confident. And we see the result now.
There absolutely is an overarching story of how good Cloud9 are playing and how their story has been. It's like for someone like Nothing, I think I mentioned this yesterday, but a couple of years ago, if you interviewed him about his prospects in global offensive, he didn't look like he had any glimmer left in his eye. It looked like he was just sort of dead and just sort of going through the motions. There wasn't that much left. And honestly now, just a revitalized human being. They can't actually take that rifle away at the end from the last NaVi player. And that's pretty good news for NaVi. We're at a point in the game where all the economy matters. Every single rifle, everything you can save. You see on the scoreboard there, Edward has got 5,000, he saved the gun. Everyone else is completely broke. Now's the time to really make this work now. We want to see some of that AWP action, and there it is. Taking down Stewie, and Simple to follow up, dropping nothing. Finally, a bit of a chance here for NaVi to make an impact. Edward will take down Automatic, and a flick shot coming out of Guardian, wrecking Skadoodle. A third one of the round. Shroud is down and out. And that's what we want from the Slovakian sniper. That's why he's got the job.
And he really started the ball rolling there. Cloud9, they were trying to bring it back. The one thing that bothered me about that whole thing, though, is the fact that they kept peeking NaVi instead of letting Cloud9 eventually just came around to them and started just looking for fights. But Edward hanging around on short there, that could have been the point where it shifted back Cloud9's way, despite Guardian's strong work. If Edward goes down on short, Cloud9, maybe they don't commit to A and they don't actually look in and just run to the blender. They take their time with it, and we're looking at a different round. But you're right. That's the kind of confidence-building play right there for NaVi, where finally they can all just look at Guardian and be like, right, okay, here's a guy doing the job. How do we get into the fight with him?
He's got that cheeky smile on his lips you saw at the stream there. He knew that this was all him. Some of the last shots there, not necessarily easy to predict. 12th round is coming up. There is still plenty of time here for NaVi to make it back in this game. It's pretty early days. 7 rounds is great for Cloud9. They've done a good job. Everything else is sort of icing on the cake here if you're on the American side. NaVi, now is the real time, because if they get the economic reset, that's bad.
Well, very quick movement here from Edward onto short once again. Pretty much the spot is called Edward, because he's always around here trying to look for the peak. Nice nade onto Automatic. He ate that one, down to 54 HP. And Cloud9 continue to try and get map control in mid. There it is, Stewie going for the flash, trying to set up the play. Not going to find anybody, but at least a little bit of pressure here on the B site for NaVi. They can't get too comfortable and rotate Edward or seized off the bomb site too early here.
We've seen this strange pattern in the past where a team will get this is 7 rounds in a row for Cloud9, and then once it breaks, they can't put it back together again. You know, then NaVi just come back and do everything. It's really weird how that works out. Let's see if Cloud9 are going to fall prey to that kind of pattern, or if they can keep it up. Guardian making sure nothing goes down. A bit of a spray coming in. Edward nearly taking Automatic. Still seeing it. Pistols out. Stewie gets the frag, but here comes Simple with a big double spray. Shutting down Automatic over at the catwalk, and that will leave Skadoodle and Shroud fighting away on the ticket booth. Shroud hitting a second headshot. Seized now in a 1-on-2. Just like that.
And there we go. He throws the flash into CT to try and misguide Cloud9, but that bomb is going to get planted. And there's no reason for them to peek at this point. Skadoodle, you see him inching forward, and he hits the shot with the AWP. Somehow, Cloud9 bring it back at the end of the round, keeping their cool. And it's the shot and connector from Stewie that's unbelievable. This one on Automatic. Yeah, Stewie he did so much work here.
Yeah, but the thing that I don't understand, when Simple, right at this second, they're playing a 2 versus 3. Cloud9 have 2, NaVi have 3, and then guy on ticket booth gets caught, Simple goes down as well. It's like it happens so quick, right? They need to slow it down, NaVi, in those situations, but Flamey off to a good start. Unfortunately, flashbang in his eyes, and he can't see a single thing now. Still a 4-on-4, and a lot of pressure here for Cloud9. They're all on the side, they're all ready to fight.
Yeah, I love the change of pace here. It's Simple, he's dancing right on the edge of the smoke. He's waiting for the timing. There it is, the flash through. Not gonna get anything out of it. Nothing is there to hit the headshot. And it's a man advantage now for Cloud9, 8-4, and the bomb planted and ticking. NaVi are doing a good thing waiting out these grenades, and they still have quite a bit of utility to use as well, but they need to hit some headshots as well if this retake is going to happen.
Yeah, but so do Cloud9. They still have a smoke and 2 Molotovs here. Great job on the American side so far. Seized is going to land one big headshot mid-air. Spray down from Shroud, and now they're in trouble. Trying to see if they can make it through the smoke. Shroud is there and waiting, nothing with the refrag. And Guardian has to back off here. There is just no time and no chance for him to do it. That kind of a play from Simple. As soon as it doesn't work, he's leaving his team in a 3v4 retake. So he has to make it work. And this time wasn't one of them. 9-4 in favor of Cloud9 here. This is not like Counter-Strike, ladies and gentlemen. This is This is a LAN tournament, and Cloud9 are in the semis.
Is brave Counter-Strike, Anders, from Cloud9. Things are going wrong for them. They're losing rounds due to individual plays from their opponents. And what do? They don't just hide and try to play map control and play picks. No, they're like, you know what? We're taking the fight right at them. We're going to run straight into A site and just try and get this as chaotic and brutal as possible. That's brave CS right there.
Worth pointing out, Edward has a taser. Gotta love it.
No, I'm not going to. No.
Simple setting up for a pop flash. Gonna go for the fight, and Stewie was ready for that one. No issue at all here. The 14th round. Guardian has the AWP. If ever there was a time for Guardian to come alive, he's already been playing very well, but we've seen him in the past win rounds like these.
No, we have. He is perfectly capable of ruining Cloud9's day, just saving that one op. But Cloud9 are having to go over to the B site, and that's not usually where Guardian is set up now, is it? 2 players are here, but they only have pistols, although Edward does have that Zeus. And he's in the perfect spot to use it as well.
I'm loving this. Are they actually going to go for it? They took down Guardian in the middle, so somehow Cloud9 realizing, no, we shouldn't go for it.
Edward's like, please!
I was like, please. I want that. The don't tase me bro moment. It's the best. Flamey going to be walking into them close range here, and he was so close that it was 6 health from a one-shot. The P250 taking 1 step more. Instantly, Stewie is gone. A bit unlucky.
Yeah. Now, Edward is basically set up here waiting to see if Automatic is going to hang around on short. Please come and peek around here. The thing is that Cloud9 know this is an eco. No reason for them to hunt. Just look for a way off of the bomb site. Make sure no ninja diffuses can happen. And profit. You'll get into double digits on T side for Mirage. This is excellent here for Cloud9, and especially after the confrontation in the groups where they just narrowly lost, what, quadruple, quintuple, just overtime. A ridiculous map. They want revenge, Anders. This is it.
Or they're getting it. They've broken the NaVi economy. Got almost no money on that CT side. Finally, they will have enough to buy at least M4s. Maybe Guardian will just go for the AWP. Yes, he will, but 10-4 in the first half is very well done by Cloud9. They should be excited at the moment. It's not done yet, but with this kind of a scoreline, NaVi don't have that many rounds left. They have to win the pistol in the second half, and they've got to do much more than that. We'll see if they're going to be capable. Still, first half, 15th round here. The last of the half coming up. Guardian ready in the window. Might just have a bit of an angle. Doesn't quite get the timing down, and falls back.
Stewie, this time around, he isn't wasting a moment. He gets right up into connector from underpass. Smoke into window. That'll buy a little bit more time here for him. Oh, he's got a setup. A molly setup for ladder room?
It wouldn't be too bad because he's got the teammates there to force anyone out, so it could be interesting if he could land a really good Molotov in there.
What they need is the smoke that goes to top connector from top mid, right? So they can start pushing up short if this is going to turn into a B split for them. Molotov goes through. They don't find anybody. Edward not to be found on short this time. He's backing up C's in the meantime.
Oh, did Guardian see that? I wonder. No, he didn't. There's a guy in connector, and you can tell from his crosshair. Guardian doesn't know. Stewie looking for the head. It could have been a quick death, but instead, Simple there as the bodyguard goes for one. Might have overstretched a little in trying to find Automatic as well. We're down to 38 seconds. Guardian gonna hit one. Flamey with the next in line, and that leaves Automatic and Shroud. 2 versus 5, and finally Simple and Automatic, the last one to go down there. At least Simple got a bit of a kill in that round. I feel like he's been struggling. He's got 7 kills overall. It's not quite enough here. That's the first half finishing 10-5 in favor of Cloud9. When we come back after the break, the second half is going to be coming up. Don't go anywhere. Stay tuned. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. NaVi and Cloud9 here for the second half of Map 1, the first semi-finals here at ESL 1 Cologne 2017. Exciting Counter-Strike in the first half. It started off really brutal with Skadoodle cracking his shins on the pavement and bleeding out, but still, Cloud9 make it back. They won 10 rounds on the T side. That's quite an achievement. Now, got to see if NaVi can bring this one back. They've got quite a few grenades, only 2 people with armor, and both of them have Tech9s. Man, this is going to be a battle.
We're going full raid boss here. NaVi love this strategy, getting Edward and Flamey with the Tech9 Kevlar makes them that much more difficult to kill, and more importantly, the run and gun. It's amped up, it's on steroids, and now they're looking for the headshot. They're hunting with Stewie! He's like, you're looking for headshots, I'll give you 2! Guardian, he only gets the 1 back. It's a man advantage.
Sneaking into middle is Simple, probably hoping for some sort of backstab in a retake scenario, but they sort of need to get the bomb down first. They've expended all the grenades. Simple in a lot of trouble here, and eventually goes down to Automatic seized. Looking to try and help his fallen teammate out. Did Automatic hear all that running, I wonder? It looks like he's maybe done that. Gonna go peek back in for a moment. This is not good for NaVi. 2 versus 4, they have to win this round.
Look at the patience from Cloud9, though. 2 versus 4, and they're still just waiting. And, well, okay, I say that, and then nothing actually tries to challenge for the peak. And unfortunately, Guardian, he's got that USP. That one-shot headshot is so powerful here for NaVi, along with the Tech9. And now I like that they're stacking up together here, NaVi, that they're trying to work together as a duo. Quickly overrun whoever that they can catch, stepping out into the open. Well, speaking of which, Skadoodle has shown up. They're trying to put some pressure here, not allow for NaVi to get comfortable. They need to buy time for Automatic to get the flank, and there it is! The headshot on seized, and he has no idea what hit him. Well played from Cloud9, some great communication there, timing up that push between the 2 flanks.
That's a very interesting decision to try and actually fight before they attempt the bomb plant, because the sort of general philosophy is, if one guy's planting, then you're essentially playing a 3v1 in that situation, right? They can fake it, sure, but not quite the same. What a bold move from Cloud9. We'll see if they can hold back this push. There's no armor on the NaVi side, so maybe they're going to go for something cheeky later. Bomb being attempted. Oh, Flamey! That's big. They don't, and yes, Stewie being a bit annoyed because they don't buy armor. They could just go absolutely ham in this next round.
Yep, they just cheated it. NaVi, they just did a fantastic job. The gamble pays off. If you don't get the bomb plant, the standard is to go for the Tech9 Kevlar force buy. Instead, NaVi are like, you know what? We are going to get this plant, and we will buy in the 18th. Running out of bullets. What a great job, though, from NaVi. Just everybody sacrificing themselves, trying to protect the one guy who's putting that bomb down. That is the whole reason for that strategy. And so now we have AKs in play for NaVi. Decent nade count as well, actually. It's only Simple who's a little bit light.
That makes this very interesting. 18th round here, a lot of damage onto Edward. Got to be careful with that. I think some of the flames were catching him as well. Cloud9 don't have that much. They do have an AWP, a scout, and then SMGs for the rest. Yeah, NaVi can definitely have a high impact in this round if they get the right coordination down. Not that much utility on the NaVi side, so really big executes are sort of out of the question here.
Oh, the spray into the smoke, though. Looks like Edward was able to just barely spot out nothing. So a headshot to start and a man advantage for NaVi in this key round. Stewie getting caught in the open, assassinated by Simple. One after another. Cloud9, it's going to take a hero play from somebody. Skadoodle with the AWP, if he can hit multiple shots. He's in the likely position right here. Misses the chance, though. Simple now got the information for his team, and life just got more difficult for Cloud9.
How do you win this if you're Skadoodle? The one thing is they don't have any smokes they can put up in front of you, so you might just get a couple of clear shots here. We're down to 37 seconds. The bomb is being put down, and now Skadoodle's going to get a bit of backup here as well. He takes the first shot, taking down Simple. That's at least a 3-on-4, but look at how far spread out NaVi are. They're all over the map still. It's going to be hard to retake this.
Yeah, losing Simple, it's still the man advantage for NaVi. And Cloud9, all 3 of them looking to gather up on CT side, it looks like. Smoke is going to go through. Guardian holding the angle, will not let Skadoodle benefit from it. And the flash through, well, this is an awkward time here for Cloud9. It leaves Automatic alone trying to save the AWP, and I doubt that that's going to happen because Edward's already on the flank. GG, well played. I was just reading the sleeve there on C's.
It's very well done. 6-12. That position from Guardian is so powerful. And you just saw why. Now, Cloud9, we talked about the force-ups and everything. They've got plenty of grenades, but FAMAS, UMP, Scout instead of an AWP, and no defuse kit. So, you know, all you're looking for is 4 more rounds. Wouldn't you try and make those 4 rounds the best that they could be, you know, instead of trying to win them with UMPs and FAMASs? I suppose we know the answer already, and they've been consistently doing this throughout the tournament, so it's obviously a sort of a style of Counter-Strike that they like, but it makes me really worried, Samler.
Yanko on the desk was talking about this, right? Like how stylistic changes need to happen here for Cloud9. When they make these sorts of decisions, the team needs to evolve past these force buys. And we're starting to see more teams do this where they have the pistols and Kevlar. They go for a half buy is what we call it. They just invest a little bit of money in pistols and Kevlar. They become a little bit tougher, right? And if they're lucky, sure, maybe they can win, but then they're guaranteed a very solid buy in the next round. So you're playing for the long game, but you're playing with confidence in your ability to hold.
Talking about holds, Nothing and Stewie are really close to each other here, and they've got more grenades as well, so maybe they could actually put up a defense. There's only 50 seconds left. There's the first shot from Guardian, and he spots Stewie as well. That's a good amount of information, especially for whoever's coming out of the apartments. It's simple to take down Stewie. Now 3 versus 5, and they should back off here, Cloud9. It's not that much to save, but it's better than giving it up in a 3-on-5 with almost no utility at all. Automatic trying to bounce in, and he's going to get the 1 kill, but still leaves Shroud in the 1-on-3.
Well, that was chaotic, to say the least. That's kind of what both of these teams are pretty familiar with now after facing each other a couple of times. But yeah, that's a bit too much here, Shroud. Try and find a way out and save this FAMAS. What's a shame is that everybody died on the site itself pretty much, and so he's not able to recover the M4 or even an AK. He has to hold on to this gun. Interesting decision on his part, especially, you know, going for the FAMAS instead of the UMP.
That's another round for NaVi. 7-12. I'm hearing "Let's go NaVi" from the crowd. Are there still any NaVi fans out there? Definitely a couple still. They were cheering for them hard earlier when we were doing the introductions. They may have been calmed down a little bit by the fact that Cloud9 have put on such a show. It's only a 5-round gap, ladies and gentlemen. That can absolutely be overcome in the next couple of rounds, especially if the Cloud9 team aren't going to have the economy for it. Currently, top of the scoreboard is Stewie with a ridiculous 21 kills, and hot behind him is Guardian with 15, but that's still a significant gap.
You can see the focus here from young Stu, gathering the information from his lieutenants. Automatic, nothing, veterans of the craft. Well, nothing at least. Automatic, they did kind of play hot potato on Cloud9's side with the leadership. You know, this week it's Automatic, this week it's Stewie. But it seems like it's Stewie who's calling the shots again this time around, and now that we see it, the countdown has begun. 4 seconds left, and we're going to get into this key round, the 20th round of this match. And Stewie, what is going to be the call for him? 4 players heading over towards B. I like it. This is what you have to do in an eco round. When you've got the pistols, you got to gamble a little bit, try and stack up your forces to get those pistols really effective. And so a stack on B. This is a solid call here from Cloud9.
Yeah, it's better than doing nothing, I believe. Especially when they have the FAMAS over here. Nothing is just on the A-bomb site, maybe trying to make himself look a bit bigger than he is. If someone peeks up, he maybe takes a couple of shots and then they go somewhere else. Stacking everybody on one bomb site. It's done sometimes, but I mean, it does leave the chance that they'll just walk into the other one. Seems like they're starting to gravitate towards middle with the bomb, in fact, so could still be going anywhere. Yeah, they've got plenty of time as well.
Exactly, making full use of the clock here, NaVi. They should have a pretty decent idea of what's going on, at least as far as Cloud9's economy is concerned. No reason. Ooh,
but there's a big problem here.
Well, if they go short, isn't that better? They're going to be looking for long-range fights, and this is actually more advantageous for NaVi if they go short.
Yeah, also those Cloud9 players, especially Shroud, is going to be locked in with that FAMAS, and they could just grenade him down, so this is a really big issue. Automatic is gone down. What a flashbang to shut down Shroud. No more FAMAS. A run and gun shot from Stewie. It's not half bad at all, and close range. Skadoodle is still holding. They've picked up the FAMAS in the meantime. Stewie looking for more and not getting it this time. Nothing. Gonna hit one long range shot. He nearly takes down Guardian. He's still got 17 seconds left. He's hitting another shot on Edward. How is he doing so much damage?
Unbelievable. Making just a little bit of noise. Again with the misdirection. But with the P2000, if he had the P250, you'd be really thinking that this is possible, but anything is possible here with nothing. He has so much experience. Turns away from the flash, tries to close the gap, but both of NaVi, they could peek them together, and that's exactly what happens. Edward catches the edge of the box as the bullet travels through, but a very scary eco round there from Cloud9. Shroud didn't even get anything done with that FAMAS. It was all pistols.
Yeah, that was a terrifying round there. That's way too close. I think Cloud9's setup was purely meant for the 4-man push out of the apartments. You know, then they would have had, you know, the whole crossfire setup, but it really gets broken up when they come in from catwalk instead. We've got the rifles back on Cloud9, and you saw that Skadoodle just wanted to fight in middle, but without any armor. It's a good idea that he fell back. That could be very dangerous. Guardian is notorious for hitting these shots, and Shroud will get the return instead.
You barely even, how does he get a headshot there? 2. Right through, pixel perfect shots from Shroud.
And if not for the grenade, I think that would have also done some damage there onto Guardian. Maybe he would have lived through it. Let's see now. More shots coming in. Automatic to pick it up. 3 versus 5. It looks like Cloud9 making a fairly quick comeback here in the second half. This is really important. Now they finally have the money. They need to really make something of it. Does he see the gun barrel? Automatic, if he turns around, he might just actually spot it. The smoke, and there it is. Now he knows. Simple still taking him down. Unbelievable, and now they almost have to go behind this. They can't wait around forever. Shroud is still on the bomb side. They know that much. Skadoodle gets dropped. Simple to pick him up, and Shroud out of the open. Gonna go down to Edward. NaVi turning the round back in their favor. The bomb is being planted in front, and nothing can't stop it. He saved the rounds before from Cloud9, but this time it's a 2-on-3. No easy task at all. NaVi, they might be a bit low on Simple, but they shouldn't have been anywhere near winning this round.
Not at all. Then Simple repositions. Stewie trying to go for the window play. It's not meant to be. Flamey finds the headshot on nothing. And Cloud9, instead of backing off and holding on to their guns for the next round to fight another day, it's going to be another round of eco for them. How frustrating is this?
It's a headshot as well. Come on, man.
How frustrating for Automatic, though.
What?
He wishes right now that he had swapped out to the AK. But with Simple that close.
NaVi are a hard team to break. I think that is the lesson of this playoffs. Yesterday, it looked like they were almost at the tipping point, and yet they continued to make it work. 12-9, 22nd round here. It's only a 3-round gap. That isn't the big deal. It's the fact that Cloud9 don't have the economy to keep buying. Simple. Oh, wow, every angle. No chance.
Yeah, there's no hiding there. Flamey, Simple, teaming up. That was the solo player on a Skadoodle, managing to make it back very quickly here through mid, but Edward going to get caught by Shroud out in the open. Now there's a weapon to work with, although as I say, that C's is there to deny the pickup. So a man advantage once again restored here for NaVi. Bomb plant is about to happen. Nothing with a beautiful headshot on Simple. Hidden away by the smoke as well, just trying to keep this close. And Automatic, he has managed to tag and just do a little bit of damage in mid. Can he find the shot? Yes, he can. There's the headshot. 2-on-2, and the bomb hasn't even been planted yet, Anders.
Come on, deep breath here. They are actually, looks like maybe they're going to send Flamey around to catch nothing. They know where both the players are, so I'm sort of shocked that they're not just trying to get the kill on nothing while Automatic was in top mid. Seems like they've waited long enough that they've sort of given themselves a real 2-on-2 fight here. A great smoke into top connector there. But how did they deal with nothing? They don't have any more smokes to get rid of him, so as soon as they try and plant, something surely is going to happen. Automatic trying to walk through the smoke as well. It's just a fake, and Automatic's down and out. Nothing going to fall next, so living dangerously right now is NaVi, but they are winning the rounds.
It's truly impressive, this Cloud9's ability to deal damage with these pistols. Look at this. It doesn't get much cleaner than that. Beautiful work, but this is going to just get that frustration mounting here for Cloud9. They're coming so close to picking up these key rounds, these clutch situations, and they aren't able to just finish the job. So 12-10, full buy for Cloud9. Finally, all the nades, the kits. Skadoodle has his op and Kevlar, and he's roasting. He doesn't want the flames to go with it. Nothing, though, will win the fight versus Edward to start, and gets the follow-up as well.
It's such a big double kill. And it leaves NaVi with just 2 members left. Cloud9 have to make some big mistakes for NaVi to come back in this round. The bomb is down on the bomb side as well, and there might have been one of them. Nothing going for the peek in middle against Seized. You don't want to do anything more of that. Wait until they get close. Wait until you hear the sound of that bomb before you try and take any fights. And maybe, especially against Guardian, he's got the time. He's got all the time in the world, in fact, and they've sent Seized on a massive mission here. Man, it's very hard to predict the outcome of this round. NaVi obviously digging very deep right now to try and figure out how could they break through. They don't want to give Cloud9 the economy. That's really the big thing. It's not the 13 rounds. I mean, that's a problem, but they don't want to give them the economy back.
What a fantastic
Shroud has moved out. Here.
Exactly. Seized is about to walk onto an open B site. There is man alive on short, though. Shroud, not sure if he was close enough to hear the footsteps from Guardian. That might have been what gave it away.
But now there's an AWP covering the line. I think he knows, but that AWP is still a huge problem. How do they deal with it? He's going to miss the first shot now. They've got the boost up as well, and Guardian might not be realizing he's almost over peaking. Nearly goes down. Want to get the flick anyway, taking down Skadoodle. Shroud gets one. Guardian with another kill. Automatic coming in from the other angle, looking for the shot. And Guardian, he's going to pick up 4 kills in the round and bring it back from a 2-on-4 against Cloud9. Now this game is on, ladies and gentlemen.
And we will get it in the repeat, yeah. Well, we don't quite get the replays.
That flick onto the box. It is not easy to do that.
It's not a common angle, and Automatic is going to be kicking himself that he pulled a nade out in a 1v1 clutch. But more importantly, just no use of their utility for Cloud9. They had a massive nade advantage going into that. Like, NaVi had no nades. Cloud9 had flashes and smokes. And so when you're thinking about it, when you're going in, why are you just running in dry and giving Guardian the chance to hit shots like that? We're starting to see some cracks here in the mental game for Cloud9, unforced errors.
And this is what happens when you play in a semifinals on a big stage. Small mistakes.
Doesn't happen to Stewie, though.
No, he actually does seem to be almost impervious. We've seen very few games overall in Stewie's career where he really disappears, especially in best of threes. Gonna pick up the first kill here, and that's big news because they don't have any grenades to hold back anyone from Cloud9, or sorry, from NaVi either. Simple will get a kill on Stewie. There's a bit of a refrag there. Leaves it in a 4-on-4 with plenty of time for NaVi to make something happen. And one good Molotov there, at least an automatic.
Boost set up here from Edward. He's changed up his angle. Taking just a little bit of a risk, and we'll see if this pays off. Both of them right on the other side of the wall from each other. They have no idea. And Ska with that MP7. He's been a fan of the MP7. He's been buying it more and more these days, which is weird considering everybody buys the UMP pretty much.
He's ahead of the curve.
Perhaps. It is accurate when running, but still costs more to buy.
Edward making a deep play in towards CT spawn, trying to see if he can catch up anyone rotating in. That was automatic going down. They know where Skadoodle is. He just got the kill on Seized, and it's going to be the AK-47 coming out on top now. Nothing. We've been talking a lot about him. Here's his chance to shine. He's going to come running bright for the Molotov, trying to get the spray, gets one. The flashbang follow-up, he could have got the double, tapping away. He's alone though, trying out of the open, and Guardian again will shut down the round, surviving on 18 health and making it yet another round, tying up the scoreline at 12-12. This is why you come to Counter-Strike Stadium events. This is why you come to ESL 1 Cologne. It is NaVi versus Cloud9, and it's going the full distance. The first map of the semifinals. I can hardly speak. This is too good.
This is a best of 3, Anders, too.
Yeah.
We potentially have 2 more maps of this glorious CS coming at us as well. But we'll see who's going to pick up the first one. We're not done yet. 12-12, but it is a round of eco here for Cloud9, starting to manage their economy a little bit better, but that was pretty light buy from them in the last round, so they have to go for the half here. And so, point blank, sure enough, Shroud delivers, gets delivered an AK as well. Does he get that shot? Yes, he does! Looking for the third, and he's not going to find it, but his teammates are rotating in, and the damage has been dealt. 2-man advantage here for Cloud9.
Oh my God, you don't want to challenge Shroud like that. Get the grenades and get anything automatic, closing out the round with a double kill, and Cloud9 is steal it back with absolutely nothing on their team. A Deagle to pick up an AK to continue the rampage.
Top of Reddit right there. Hi, Reddit. I mean, Shroud is doing it on land too now, Anders. It's not just on the stream.
That's honestly very enjoyable. The other stuff was getting out of hand, but At this level, you love to see it. 26th round. The NaVi economy could sustain a loss like that. Cloud9's economy, with the buy here, they still have 3 people that can buy in the next round and 2 people that can't. What's the situation for Cloud9 if they should lose this next one? But yeah, they had all the utility. Why were there no flashbangs? Why were there no Molotovs close or anything like that?
Both of these teams are dealing with the mental game just as much as what's going on in the server. It's where you start to forget about some nades. You start to forget to check your corners. You start making small mistakes that give your opponents ways back into the rounds. And well, both of these teams are so dead even. Even the smallest mistake can cost you the round, as we just saw. And so now it will be full buy versus full buy. 13-12, Cloud9 in the lead. And the pressure ramping up on NaVi once again. They're just hoping for that mid push right now, but it is not going to happen by the looks of it.
Very conservative approach to this round from the NaVi side, which honestly is something quite acceptable. You never know if late in the game like this, Stewie and Automatic would suddenly be pushing top mid or anything crazy like that. It's not worth the risk just, you know, setting up somewhere and then getting flanked in the middle of the setup. So I don't mind NaVi doing this very early on. Cloud9 also going with a similar approach. Nobody wants to give anything away. No one wants to make that first mistake.
Now it is turning into that battle of wills. And the patience as well necessary to go for map control like this, to slowly clear out every angle as they make their way up short. A little bit of a flash there just to rattle the cages a little bit. And Stewie, will he find a shot? No, he will not. Seized, hits the headshot right at the edge of the window. And there's the opening for NaVi with plenty of time left as well, 35 seconds. Yeah. And they've got the mid control.
Where are they gonna bring the bomb? Looks like Simple is falling back to check. There's no flank. Edward picking up the kill on Automatic, leaving alone in the bomb side Shroud. Now would be a great time for some highlight plays. Nothing has already taken 1 kill, and actually Edward's flanking Shroud has no idea. Edward got too deep in the bomb side, undetected, gets the last kill as well on Skadoodle, a triple kill from another veteran of the game. We were pointing out as they came into the arena that Edward was looking laser focused. You could see it in his eyes that he was chimed in, and right now he's got 19 kills. He's right behind Guardian at 24, who's tied with Stewie at 24. That ties up the scoreline altogether at 13-13. And I said 3 members of Cloud9 could buy. It looks like they went with the AWP and a lot of armor instead.
Wow. So they are not willing to just take 1 round, eco, and let NaVi get up there. This is a Hail Mary from Cloud9. Nothing turning away from the flash. Not making any noise either. He's gonna run right in. Peekaboo, surprise! Simple run down with the 5-7. And now Nothing's got the AK to work with. Skadoodle finds a kill. Stewie as well. This is a trade back and forth, but Cloud9 come out ahead. And the long lurk coming in from Automatic as well, Anders. NaVi are about to be in for one hell of a surprise.
Wow. What an enormous risk being pulled here by Cloud9. They could have lost the whole first map in this round. Instead, now they're 2 kills away from taking the lead, and a lot more than that as well. Edward trying to make his way out, and Flamey's become just a bit paranoid that someone's out to get him. Nothing. Oh, Edward wants more. That's a risk. He just wants a second player. It's got to be the execute instead. Edward down, but Automatic can still foil their plans here. We've got 45 seconds on the clock now. The grenade's starting to rain in. They've been careful about the flank. They've been looking for it. That might give them a bit of too much comfort at the moment. Now, bomb being planted. Edward looking the wrong way. That's Automatic with 1. Trapped in the corner is Flame. He's got no chance. It took a while, but when it finally showed up, it's everything they needed. 14-13. A steal from Cloud9.
Edward gets 1, but Automatic gets 2, and he's like, how do you like them apples? We could get the drop on you too, buddy. Oh, brutal for Edward. He had no idea, no reason to believe it either. And so now, well, great patience, great communication coming in from Cloud9, but also being demonstrated by NaVi. Again, Edward creating the space for his team to make a play, but I'm loving how often we're seeing the tactical timeouts getting used here by both of these teams. You get 4 each per map.
Yeah, and I mean, I actually think one of the potential issues is that you don't get more in overtime. Maybe that should be a feature of a future rule set, that you could get, like, if it's 2 overtimes, I mean, you get another one, because that's a really high pressure situation. Now, the good news for NaVi, at least, is that they have money to buy in this round. That would have been the ultimate defeat if that round would have cost a complete eco and then Cloud9 bounce into map point. That isn't quite the case here. 14-13 is the scoreline. The American team been absent for so long. Here they are in the semifinals, close to winning the first map against NaVi. Let's see if they can make it all the way. They have the money now. They've got some of the momentum back for sure. Now they just need to follow through and close it out.
Well, again, with the patience here from NaVi, waiting to see if Cloud9 are going to make the mistake of going aggressive again. And no, just going to be the smokes and holding angles. Nothing, and a little bit of an off angle towards Sandwich, it looks like. No, can you imagine right now, like the pressure? Nobody wants to make the first mistake. If you make the mistake that costs your team the round right now.
I actually think at this level, you can't play unless you know your team is not going to think of you that way. A team that thinks that way doesn't make it to this stage. You know that everyone is going to have your back. I am worried about this position from Nothing, though. It's always dangerous when you're in the sandwich here. Late in the game, if they have Molotovs, you can die immediately. It looks like maybe he's going to be safe for a moment. Simple is the one who's walking in towards, and he's not one of the ones with a Molotov in hand, so maybe he's going to be okay. Could it be 3 men from Catwalk into A and then the rest coming out of Apps and Ramp? That's kind of scary, but they don't have really much of a chance to turn it around. We're down to 33 seconds, so it's go time for NaVi. Can they steal this back from Cloud9? Can they break the economy? Can they make it all the way through? An opening onto Simple, but Flamey's there with a refrag, taking down Nothing. And now it's a 4-on-4 with 20 seconds left. Stewie's in the CT spawn with the AWP on one. Skadoodle hitting a shot on Guardian. That's a big kill. Stewie to follow it up, and Shroud with a headshot, leaving Flamey with 10 seconds in a 1-on-4. Cloud9, they are standing strong in this match. An automatic with a headshot. That's 15 rounds. That's map point here in favor of the American side.
On Cloud9's map as well. This is what you have to remember. Through the veto, Cloud9 picked this map. We have Overpass coming up next, which will be NaVi's map. But look at how close they are, NaVi. Well, this was mentioned on the analyst desk as well, though. It's not like NaVi are weak on Mirage. But Cloud9 just saying, right, we'll give you a good map. We'll show you we're better. Can't believe it's coming down to the wire like this, and it will be the force buy. NaVi, they've lost to a couple of pistol rounds here. Now we have to see if they're capable of winning one of their own.
4 Tech9s. 1 deal on Edward. He's proven in the past, him and Simple both, that they know how to use that gun. He did see the shadow of Nothing. Not enough to get the kill. It looks like it's going to be the straight train onto the bomb site. Smoke is up already, and Nothing has gone down. Sees to make it a jump past. That could have been a bit scary, but he survives for the moment. Skadoodle, they have a smoke. They can just smoke him up. They don't have to fight him straight away, and that's a smart move from NaVi. Now get the bomb down. It's all falling into place here. The only thing that can bring this back maybe is the flank that's coming in. Automatic gets 1 kill, but Stewie, he just might be the hero once again. Flamey, taking a bit of a fight. 1 bullet would have got rid of Automatic, but all eyes are on Stewie right now.
Bombs are ticking. And the patience here from Cloud9. They need to trust in the flank, and they need to trust in their ability to retake versus a team that have no nades left and weak firepower. Taking his time with it, will find one. I think he almost got the collateral there. A lot of damage dealt, and Flamey gonna step out, wins the fight, but that sets it up for Shroud to step in and pick up 2 kills of his own. Edward, the last man alive, and it's not gonna be good enough. Shroud the hero, 3 kills, and match, or at least map, picked up by Cloud9 here to start things off in the first semi of the day.
Unbelievable. You see the reaction from some of the fans there. NaVi not able to bring home that first map. Now, luckily, it's a best-of-3 format, so we got way more Counter-Strike still to come, and we have a whole second semi-finals if you're really hooked on the action right here, which you should be by now.